It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and the focus is on Cortland Sutton. He's over 1,100 yards receiving so far, and looking for more.
And off we go from Denver. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So two incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain night, and it's a good one. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
But when I reviewed last week's game and saw the 4 touchdown passes that he threw, I thought about you during the Turkey Bowl last year.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
had the same stats, except he got the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award with his.
Well, he got touchdowns. I got picks. I like going back watching the film with you, and we thought it was... And this is caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3-and-out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3-and-out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. team and go to your strength.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will be taken at the 13. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll get it inside the 35. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
I mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down.
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he'll be down close to the 1st down marker as he gets this to the Broncos' 28. On play action, they'll throw. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and 1. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Shamrocks go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Denver's offense now set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Buried
hurried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Wilson's throw taken in by Sutton.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
That's the gain of 6.
Wilson. Dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they...
And it's caught. Touchdown. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Shamrocks are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance to stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That's good for a Denver Broncos.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson forced it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. They have pressure coming, and they got him once again. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
Dublin's offense now set to take over. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that 1-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes, it's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, And the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
He lost 6 there on the first down play. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready, set.
2nd and 16. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught at the 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Shamrocks have opened the lead up to 30. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
So the Broncos coming out now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's Wilson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Wilson will throw again.
That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
This offense back to work now late in this first half, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission.
Let's go!
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone, throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first half touchdowns. And the Shamrocks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this one too low.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson shakes off the sag. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And he's in for the score, and his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the 3rd quarter?
They'll throw now on the final play. And it's going to be caught. Not sure why they went for 2, but they do get it. So we've reached halftime here. Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs. So excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And a big-time mess on the return. He's out of bounds. He won't even get this back to the 5-yard line. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
He's got a man, complete. And they rattle off a big one. 44 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll let this go for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson looking left side. That's caught by Landry. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action in Denver. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Micah Parsons, his 2nd sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson out to his left. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And they will remain well behind.
Partner, this is certainly turning out to be one of those days. Here we are in the second half. They're being shut out. Offense is doing nothing. And you're just saying, please, come on, give us something here to your kicker. But even this is no good.
And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. Now Wilson. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Now Wilson. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards of boot so far as this one's away. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On third down, Wilson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only mustered 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Dublin's offense now set to take over.
We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food, because that is something that you and I enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is. And this is caught inside the 5. And touchdown!
Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Wilson.
A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to cease.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker.
And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense gets caught yet again with another score in the fourth quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
The Broncos on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Rashawn Gary drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll look to set up his blockers. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them in.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. But now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. Now Wilson. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here. And we'll step aside.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. There's Wilson to throw. Complete to Washington.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll run on the draw. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Here's Wilson.
Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now here's whistles and another timeout. That's going to leave him with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Throwing again here, Wilson.
That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Campbell. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Wilson. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it go again. He's got a man, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases, offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to give a lot of credit, not just to what we've seen today, but the preparation in advance, coaching staff, commitment by the players to the game plan, and being ready to go in this one? You're exactly right. Clean sweep. And, boy, they're going to celebrate this one after it's over.
And on the other side, this is the game film you just flush and never go back and review. And Denver getting set to take the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now it's Wilson. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing is Wilson. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Wilson will throw again. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because
and this is taken in at the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling this team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for our visitors,
they get yet another victory to finish the year at 14-3 over.